I want to start by thanking you and welcome you, Your Excellencies, Ministers, Ambassadors. It's a great honor that you have accepted our invitation on this morning. I also welcome the media, press, TV, and news agency, Petra. Thank you for coming. Today is one example, and it's only one drop of what UNDP has done in this country. And I would like, when we issue the press release, I would like of you, please, to give us a summary of the different, so that we say that this is only an example of what the UNDP has been doing, and so that we can make the community and everybody aware of the noble role that UNDP has done. And I want to thank you on this occasion for awarding me the trophy of the 50 years of the United Nations, especially that I received it in good company. His Excellency, the Ambassador of Canada, who is my ambassador, was also awarded for the great contributions of Canada. So it's a double recognition to be awarded by you and to be next to His Excellency, who's a great friend, and as he honors me always by calling me his uncle. I am very honored to be your friend and your uncle, and to be a citizen of Canada, of which I am very proud. And I can say very proud because it's wonderful that normally when you receive a citizenship, the government tells you that we honor you by giving you the citizenship. When I was inducted as a Canadian, the judge said, Canada is proud to have you as a citizen because we need people like you. This is so wonderful. It makes you feel so committed and so proud of being a country which tells you we are graciously and offer you. No, he said, we're very proud that you have become because this country needs you. So it gives you a sense of belongingness and a sense of great appreciation to the country. So I am also proud to be a Canadian citizen. I had to say this in the presence of my great friend here. Today we are signing, and I want to report also that the day before yesterday I was at the Royal Court with the President of the Royal Court, and we talked about the process of knowledge stations in this country. We started the concept of knowledge stations, which is the subject of today's meeting. We started the concept about 2 years ago. When Tariq Hon? 2 years ago? It started as a commitment I made to His Majesty to open 100 stations throughout Jordan, which we equipped and funded by Talal Abu-Ghazaleh organization. And we have delivered on that promise. And I think you have a list which shows that we have established the 100 stations in the country, which provide internet access, internet and computer training, and a connectivity to be able to get online certificates and qualifications from all over the world. So these are not just like the cafes, they are training and capacity building centers where anybody can access them. Free internet, there is no cost, no charge, because we have our own dedicated internet line, which we bought as a trunk directly to the backbone in the United States, and we don't go through an ISP provider, internet provider. So we have like a street, and you can walk with no charge. There is no charge of minutes or whatever, because we bought the dedicated line. In 2 weeks, we are going to announce a greater initiative with the European Union to build a dedicated line construct, which is already being constructed, to launch a dedicated line with Orange for universities, research, and other research institutions. This will be open to all universities in the Arab world, where students, before professors, can use it for doing their research. And it's like the Euromed, Connect research facility in Europe. And this we are doing jointly with the European Union. But today, as we're talking about stations, these are capacity building places where students and everybody can come use the internet for free. We have trainers to teach him how to use the internet intelligently, and also to be able to get qualifications in all fields related to business services. So we are very proud that we finished this. And based on this model, the Royal Court ordered that we take over the management of all the knowledge stations in the government. The Ministry of Telecommunication, for example, has 197 stations which are being delivered to us so that we can run them with the technology we developed. We have these knowledge stations are a patent which we developed for our use. So the 197 stations that the Ministry of Telecommunication was supposed to be operating will be under our management, in addition to another
60 for the higher youth council.
60 for the youth Majlis al-A'la lil-Shabab, the higher
council of youth, the higher council.
Higher council of youth. They have 60 stations, which again it was decided that we should take over their management. So all the knowledge stations in the country will be managed by Talal Abu-Ghazaleh knowledge stations. Today we want to thank UNDP for their generous offer to fund initially 10 stations belonging to the Ministry of Telecommunication. Our own 100 stations, we fund them ourselves. But the other stations are either funded by the government or by donors, and we are grateful to many other donors who have been generous in funding the government stations. But this is very significant, these 10 stations, which I think you selected them to be in different...
Irbid and Mafraq.
In Irbid and Al-Mafraq at your own request, which is great, because these stations are needed there badly. The USAID funded one station in Deir Allah, and Deir Allah is interesting because when the U.S. representative was speaking on the occasion, he pronounced it Dear Allah. So, so I said, since you're so close to Allah, I'm seeking your help. Please put in a word for me with Allah. Dear Allah, dear Allah, dear Allah. Anyway, today we are, and I already informed the Royal Court the day before yesterday about this generous donation by UNDP, which is only one of many others. But I wanted to give it particular significance so that we can encourage other donors, because if there is anything which is important to His Majesty, is capacity building. And this is exactly what UNDP is about, capacity building. So capacity building of the citizens of this country is the objective of today's meeting. And so we thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your donation. We thank you for your partnership. We are very proud of our relationship with you, and I'm very proud to be in the company of my friend, the Canadian ambassador, when I was awarded yesterday. That was to me a great. You should have told me that you're going to recognize the ambassador. I could have dressed better than what I was dressed yesterday.